Let's get straight to the most important news. The network continues to actively discuss the massed strike by Russian forces on targets in Ukraine. And although a significant portion of the targets remains unknown, we can already draw some conclusions from the footage that has emerged. In Kiev, strikes hit industrial facilities specializing in the production and modernization of aviation munitions, including a research institute of aviation technology that is part of Ukraine's military-industrial complex. There are also reports of a series of explosions in the area of Giuliani Airport. In Vyshhorod, a northern suburb of the Ukrainian capital, one of the missiles struck a machinery hall on the dam of the Kyiv Reservoir. A fire broke out on the premises. However, it is currently difficult to assess the extent of damage based on the available footage. At the same time, Ukrainian authorities have already stated that the dam did not sustain significant damage and that traffic along it would be restored in the coming hours. In Odessa region, Russian forces targeted a warehouse south of the village of Usatovo and an electrical substation of the same name. Following the strikes, a wave of emergency power outages swept across Odessa. In western Ukraine, one of the strikes hit the Khmelnytsky 330 substation, resulting in emergency power outages in at least part of the Khmelnytsky region. In the administrative center, power disruptions caused the suspension of trolleybus services. In Sumy region, railway infrastructure, which is actively used by Ukrainian forces for transporting additional troops to the Russian border, was hit. In Dnipropetrovsk region, the energy infrastructure came under attack. Reports are also coming in about strikes on the territory of Dnipropetrovsk International Airport. Near Vinnytsia, monitoring resources have recorded a fire at the Vinnytsia 750 substation. Another strike hit the Bar 330 substation. Critical infrastructure has been hit in Zhytomyr, Mykolaiv, Poltava, and Lviv regions. Unconfirmed reports also mention strikes on the Trikhati 330 substation in Mykolaiv region and the Pervomyska 330 substation in Dnipropetrovsk region. According to Ukrainian authorities and media, power outages have occurred across the entire territory of Ukraine. At the same time, water supply issues have been recorded in 7 regions: Dnipropetrovsk, Kiev, Vinnytsia, Zhytomyr, Rivne, Volyn, and Lviv regions. It should be noted that it is advantageous for Ukraine to exaggerate the extent of the damage so that damaged or intact facilities among the targets planned for today are included in the list of destroyed ones. This may also be done to secure the supply of much-needed air defense systems. The new mass strike by Russian forces also reminds us of long-standing formulations. Each such raid is framed as an act of retribution for some aggression by the opponent. This latest attack has been linked to revenge for the Kursk region, and not only a significant portion of Russian patriotic channels, but also quite official speakers have made this connection. Against this backdrop, influential figures in Russia are asking, are we waiting for specific actions from Ukrainian forces to justify strikes on targets in Ukraine? In any case, only systematic destruction of targets can cause significant damage. This is what should be continued instead of playing by someone else's rules in search of justifications for yet another mass strike. Let's return to the Kursk direction. Combat operations continue in the Kursk region as Ukrainian forces continue to attack while simultaneously redeploying reinforcements to the area. The situation in the Glushkovsky district is tense. The Ukrainian side is actively using unmanned aerial vehicles to attack military vehicles. As of now, there have been no recorded attempts to breach the state border. In the Koronevsky district, clashes continue around Komarovka, and strikes have been reported against Ukrainian armed forces positions in the settlements of Vishnevka, Snagost, and Apananasovka, according to reports from the Russian Ministry of Defense. According to available information, new attempts by Ukrainian forces to attack Komarovka and Krasnoktyabrsky have not been successful, and the settlements in the east are firmly controlled by Ukraine. A similar situation is observed in the area of Viktorovka. Additionally, there are reports of the possible presence of Ukrainian forces in Byakhovo and Venezapny, but there is no confirmation of this. Fighting is ongoing around Koronevo and along the Olgovka-Kremyanoe stretch, where Ukrainian forces are attempting to advance in small groups. According to some reports, Ukrainian forces have established control over Matvivka. The situation around Zhuravlev and to the north remains uncertain. Groups of Ukrainian forces were previously spotted there, but no information on a clearing operation has been received. In the Sudzhansky district, Ukrainian forces attempted to attack in the areas of Malaya Loknya and Pogrebki, but without significant success. At the same time, the Russian Ministry of Defense reported striking Ukrainian positions in the area of Novaya Sorochina and Kruglenko. Another attempt at an attack was repelled in the area of Nechayev, in the Bolshy Soldatsky district, where Ukraine still remains southwest of the settlement and is hiding in the surrounding forest. The media reported the liberation of the settlement of Nizhnaya Paravaya. However, there were no previous reports of this village being captured. Additionally, according to data from Objective Monitoring, one of the Ukrainian armored groups came under several attacks to the east of Malaya Lognya. Clarifying information has emerged regarding Cherkaskoye Poreknoe, where several attacks were previously repelled. Judging by recently surfaced footage, this settlement is under the control of Ukraine, and strikes against their positions continue using UAVs and artillery. Fighting also continues in Borky and Spalny. Despite active attempts at attacks from Ukraine, no advances have been recorded, and there are no reports of settlements returning to control. That's all for now, friends. We remind you that our channel condemns any violence and calls for all parties to engage in immediate negotiations for a peaceful resolution of conflicts. Thank you for staying with us. Subscribe to our channel, like our content, and we wish you all the best.